June 25, 2025, a quiet night in Seoul. Raindrops gently tapped against the apartment window where Jungkook and Lisa sat together in the living room, accompanied by a cup of warm tea and the soft glow of a lamp illuminating their faces. Jungkook stared at Lisa in silence. It had been 2 weeks since he completed his military service. Although his smile appeared often, there was one thing he had never shared with anyone, not even Lisa. Sitting cross-legged on the sofa, wearing Jungkook's oversized hoodie, Lisa turned to him with a soft smile. "What's on your mind?" "Your eyes look so far away," she whispered, touching his hand. Jungkook let out a quiet sigh. "I want to tell you something. But I don't know where to start." Lisa nodded gently, her eyes now serious. "Just take your time. I'm here." He looked deep into her eyes and began to speak. "In the first few weeks of the army, I felt like a stranger, Lise. Not because I'm an idol, but because I lost control over myself. They shaved my head, took my phone, even the way I walked and talked had to follow rules. I wasn't the Jungkook you knew back then." Lisa frowned. "But you were strong." Jungkook gave a weak smile. "Strong?" "I cried silently at night in bed. Not because of the physical pain, but because I felt so lonely. Every night, I thought of you. Imagining you practicing dance or joking around backstage. But I couldn't contact you. Couldn't see your face. Couldn't hear your voice." Lisa covered her mouth with her hand. "Jungkook, one night, I had a nightmare. I dreamed you left me. That you thought I had changed. That you were tired of waiting." Jungkook's voice trembled. "When I woke up, I wrote you a letter, even though I didn't know when I could send it." Lisa looked at him, tears brimming in her eyes. "I never left you, Kook. Not for even a second." Jungkook nodded, trying to hold back his emotions. "I know. But that fear was real, Lise. And what shocked me the most was when I had to stand night guard in -10 degrees. My hands were frozen, my feet numb, but I couldn't falter. That's when I truly understood what it means to endure." Lisa could no longer hold back her tears. She got up, approached him, and hugged him tightly. "I'm sorry. I didn't know it was that hard. You always looked so strong on the outside." Jungkook closed his eyes in her embrace. "I was strong because of you. When your letter finally reached the barracks, it was the only thing that made me smile for an entire week." Lisa pulled back slightly, looking at his face with tearful eyes. "Why are you only telling me this now? I didn't want you to worry. But now I want you to know everything. Because you were a part of it all. And now I'm back. For you." Lisa hugged him again, even tighter this time, as if she never wanted to let go. In the silence that wrapped the room, only the sound of their hearts could be heard. No more words were needed. Because sometimes, love just needs to be listened to and embraced. 2 days after that tearful night, Lisa quietly prepared something. She knew words wouldn't be enough to heal the wounds Jungkook had hidden during his military service. She wanted to do something that could heal, soothe, and make Jungkook feel unconditionally loved. "Appa, don't make any plans this weekend, okay?" Lisa said while scribbling something in her notebook. Jungkook, watering plants on the balcony, turned with a raised eyebrow. "Why?" Lisa only gave a mysterious smile. "It's a surprise. Just pack a small bag and no questions." Saturday morning, 6:00 a.m. Wearing a black bucket hat and hoodie, Lisa pulled a small suitcase toward Jungkook's apartment door. "Wake up," she chirped cheerfully, pulling open the bedroom curtains. Jungkook remained curled up under the blanket, peeking out with one eye. "Are you human or an alarm clock?" Lisa laughed. "Hurry up. The car's waiting downstairs." An hour later, they were sitting in the back seat of a black car heading toward the airport. Jungkook turned to Lisa, who was busy playing with a playlist. "Where are we going?" "It's a surprise," Lisa replied, squeezing his hand tightly. Their destination, Jeju Island. But Lisa didn't choose a fancy hotel or crowded resort. Instead, she rented a hidden wooden villa atop a cliff, facing the calm blue ocean. The place was far from camera flashes and spotlights. Only the sound of waves and sea breeze welcomed them. "Lise, this is insane," Jungkook whispered as they stood on the villa's balcony, the wind gently blowing their hair. "I want you to heal, not just take a vacation. Here there's no schedule, no pressure. Just you and me." Jungkook looked at Lisa, then hugged her from behind. "This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen. But the most beautiful thing is you." Lisa blushed and nudged his chest. So cheesy. Their days in Jeju were filled with simple joys, cooking together, biking along the beach, taking Polaroid photos, and sharing stories under the stars. Jungkook looked more relaxed, more at peace. One night, they sat by a small campfire in the villa's backyard. Lisa gazed at Jungkook's face lit by the orange flames. "You know, I was afraid you'd come back as a cold person, because of how harsh the military was." Jungkook turned to her. "And I was afraid you wouldn't wait for me." They chuckled softly in the quiet night and looked into each other's eyes. "But it turns out, what we have is stronger than any fear," Lisa whispered. Jungkook nodded, then kissed her forehead. "Thank you for saving me in a way no one else could." Lisa looked into Jungkook's eyes and smiled. "Now, you're truly home." That night, they slept together in a large bed facing the villa's glass window. Moonlight poured in gently, lighting up their faces as they looked at each other before falling asleep. No more words, just hands holding tightly, as if saying, "I'm here. Forever." 3 days that felt like mere seconds passed in Jeju. The sea breeze, golden sunsets, and soft laughter still echoed in Lisa's mind as their plane landed back in Seoul. Jungkook turned to Lisa, who was resting her head on his shoulder, asleep with a faint smile. He gently brushed her hair. Behind all the public spotlight, only in Lisa's arms did he feel like a normal person, not a superstar, not a national symbol, just Jungkook. As they exited the arrivals gate at Gimpo Airport, staff and managers were already waiting. But unexpectedly, some fans had figured out their trip through social media traces. Someone shouted, "Oppa! Lisa SSI! Did you go on a trip together?" They paused for a second. Lisa instinctively held Jungkook's hand beneath her oversized jacket. Jungkook looked at Lisa, asking with his eyes, "Do we hide again?" But Lisa simply gave a small smile and nodded. With calm steps, Jungkook held Lisa's hand and walked through the crowd. Cameras began to click. Flashes fired from every direction. There was no direct statement. No official confirmation. But the hands holding each other, that was the most honest answer. That night, social media exploded. Hashtags #Jungkook Lisa Vacation and #Lisekook is real trended in Korea, Japan, Thailand, even the US. Many were shocked. Many were happy. Armies and Blinks posted videos and photos showing their airport moment. "If you're happy, we're happy too. Finally. They're not